Located some 6,000 miles from China along the coast of Southeast Africa, Mozambique is one of China's most important new economic partners. Mozambique is not alone, though, but one of 37 African countries which have jumped on board the Belt and Road Initiative. So why have so many African countries embraced this initiative? And from a Mozambican perspective, how is the country harnessing these new opportunities for economic development? Earlier, I talked to the President of Mozambique, Filipe Nyusi, about his vision for cooperation with China within this initiative. And I started by asking his view of the current state of China-Mozambique relations.
The relations between China and Mozambique, it's important to recall that they date back before 1975. As you might be aware, Mozambique was under Portuguese colonialism, and in our struggle for independence, we counted on China's support. So this is in a nutshell, but if we were to go back further, we could see that these exchanges date back before they are centuries long. And of course, in terms of our relations, when we established diplomatic relations in 1975, and these are very close relations of brotherhood, sisterhood, and of confidence. There is a lot of trust between the two countries, and we've been doing a lot. But in 2016, we expanded these relations further because we came here for a strategic objectives, as we wanted to conduct what we call economic diplomacy, which we had been doing for some time, but this time we wanted to make it even much better. And we've been doing this. We've seen that besides government-to-government relations, we have business relations. We have many Chinese companies investing in Mozambique, promoting foreign direct investment, and this is where we are moving. So our relations are based on knowledge, technology. The Chinese government has been respecting the priorities set by the government of Mozambique, namely agriculture, infrastructures, mining and energy, and tourism. On agriculture, the major agricultural investment in Africa is in Gaza province by Wambao company. And also in terms of tourism, we have the major hotel, Chinese hotel in Africa is in Mozambique. And also when it comes to mining, we have Chinese in coal mining and also in heavy mineral sands. This is one of the major investments in heavy mineral sands of China in Mozambique. So as you can see, our relations are based on concrete and tangible things, and the Chinese government has been accepting and respecting our own priorities.
Let me ask you, President, on one of the most anticipated or hottest news, let's say, about Mozambique, which is Cyclone Idai, which hit your country last month particularly hard. I understand over 600 people were killed, over 1,600 and thousands of cases of cholera were reported. How much have your country been impacted, and how are you coping with the aftermath?
Obrigado. Primeiro, eu quero usar este espaço da vossa televisão. So on Cyclone Idai, let me take this opportunity to use the space of your television to express our utmost gratitude to the government and the people of the People's Republic of China for the solidarity and relentless support rendered to Mozambique at the first moments of this disaster. Indeed, we had dedication and commitment, personal commitment by His Excellency President Xi, and he sent a team to Mozambique of the People's Liberation Army, who worked hand in hand with our defense forces in the search and rescue efforts, and we enjoyed a lot of material support and this is an opportunity for us to thank. I would also like to thank my compatriots who have also given their solidarity to assist those who were in need. I have to say that this cyclone, what affected most the people was not the cyclone as such, but the heavy rainfall. We had rains that normally they would fall for 1 year, but in 2 days. So this caused so many problems in places like Beira, Nyamatanda, Buzi, Dondu, and in places like Manica, in Yambane provinces. And as you have rightly pointed out, this cyclone caused the death of more than 600 people and a lot of destruction of infrastructures. Crops were washed away and other infrastructures. So this is the situation, but in a nutshell, we are quite grateful for the solidarity.
Okay. I wish your country all the very best in a quick recovery. Now, let me ask you, Your Excellency, your visit this time in China, which is during the second Belt and Road Forum for International Cooperation. I understand this is the first time that you are taking part in this forum, and basically your country joined or signed the Memorandum of Understanding with China to join the Belt and Road Initiative in August last year. So what is going on? What is happening between your country and China in terms of the Belt and Road Initiative? What are your wishes?
É importante esta pergunta porque nos dá.
So, of course, we did not attend the first conference, and I believe this conference was meant to set all the structures and make the design of all this and bring the conceptual aspect of the Belt and Road Initiative. But we've come to this second forum, which is more objective, where we have concrete things to do. If you look at the topics and the high-level roundtables we have on people-to-people connectivity, the green economy and sustainable development, and a number of others. So this means that a lot of homework has been conducted to prepare in preparation of this conference, and everything is moving according to what had been planned. And we've seen a lot of acceptance by people, and we in Mozambique were indeed adhering and accepting this initiative because it brings tangible results in our own country. We have been doing a lot of things. We've been building roads and many other infrastructures which are part of this Belt and Road Initiative. By the way, we have the Maputo Katembe Bridge, which was shown yesterday, was exhibited yesterday. This is a result of a Belt and Road Initiative. And there are so many other areas where we are working. Apart from roads, there are other infrastructures, and this shows that this is something tangible, and we are very proud and we are very happy with it.
There are 37 African countries which are in the Belt and Road Initiative, but your country is the only representative from South Africa that's been invited to participate in this year's Belt and Road Initiative with a head of state, let's say. And you're also one of the very important Portuguese-speaking countries that's been invited, I mean the head of state, at the head of state level. What do you think this means for the role that Mozambique can play under the Belt and Road Initiative?
Senhora Xi dizer o seguinte.
First, Madam Xi, that it could have been any country coming here. Of course, we are humble and we have no problem in having other country coming, but this is also because we built a relationship with this country, a close relationship, and also because of the geographic position of the country. So Mozambique is indeed a natural port, is a gateway, and I believe we are a representative of the region. We can represent the region properly because of those features of the country. The country has a number of ports, Maputo, Beira, Nacala, and all these ports are a gateway for landlocked countries. All SADC, our ports can service all SADC countries, except Lesotho and another country. But we can even reach Angola, which is on the other side, on the Atlantic, through Zambia or through DRC. So our ports can take you to Zimbabwe, can take you to Zambia, to Malawi. We are now sharing a border with Tanzania. So you can also, from Mozambique, also bring your goods to those countries, and from those countries for the export. And in addition to that, we have the Mozambique Channel, which is a maritime route for transportation of goods, even fuel. Most of the fuel that is sold in the world passes through the Channel of Mozambique, which is between Mozambique and Madagascar. And of course, we enjoy this natural position, and we are very happy to have been invited by President Xi and by the Chinese people. And of course, we feel proud, and we believe we will honor this invitation by our brothers and sisters from China, and we will indeed share what has been discussed. The outcomes of this, this is indeed an outcome that will benefit all of us, and we'll be able to disseminate this to tell them what are the advantages, our understanding on the Belt and Road Initiative.
Portanto, estamos bem posicionados. E nós, mesmo assim, como eu disse, repito,
I understand you see great potential in this Belt and Road Initiative. However, there are a lot of people who are expressing concerns, such as transparency, such as environmental protection, such as the lack of inclusiveness for the local company, for the local people. Do you have any such concerns for the benefit of your country? How do you think countries can work together, meaning Mozambique with the Chinese company and maybe your regional neighbors, to make this initiative work even better?
Bom, este sentimento pode existir.
Thank you very much. This is a feeling that should not indeed frustrate us, because there are people who are acting this way, because it's not only China. Any investor can come and cause harm to the environment and violate environmental rules and cause problems to biodiversity. It's not the fact that it is China. But President Xi Jinping's speech gives an answer to that. It has also talked about that we need to take care of our environment and appeal to a green economy and a sustainable development. And by the way, this is part of our topic we'll be discussing on green economy and sustainable development. So we should not feel frustrated by such comments, because the rules are quite clear. So this project has got a lot of advantages. So another important aspect on this is that this project is on a voluntary base. So if there is no a country feels there is no transparency, there are problems, he's not obliged, he's not forced to join the project. So it's on a willing basis, and therefore this is a project that indeed is there to help us, and so we should not have any reservations whatsoever. And China is also a market to our countries. For instance, we can grow some agricultural commodities which can be sold in China, soybean as food, and clean food, so we can bring it and sell here. This is a willing project for anyone who is willing to join it, and we are positive on it. We believe it will leverage development of our countries, and in a sustainable manner.